Hello, friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks. And today I'm going to talk about maithan alloys, a share for which a lot of recommendation and a lot of queries have come in the metal sector. So let's understand where the stock lies and what lies ahead for the company. Let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Now about maithan alloys. This was established in 1985 and they manufacture and export manganese and ferro alloys. So basically they produce ancillary metal products and export it globally in Asia and Europe. They have exports to most parts of Europe and some parts of Asia like the Middle East. Customers of maithan alloys includes JSL, SAIL, JSW, Usha Martin, Qatar Steel, and there are many others. So there are about 30-40 customers of maithan alloys, which are large customers at the moment. They also produce silicon manganese and export that as well. If you look at the financials of the company, the sales have dropped by 7%, whereas the profit has dropped by around 36%. I'll discuss the reasons later on, but it is a debt-free company, and to find out a debt-free company in you can say metal space is very difficult, but this is nearly a debt-free company with a return on equity of 26% and an operating profit margin of 11%. So a good return ratios maithan alloys is maintaining even in this difficult market of commodities. If you look at the stock performance, the stock is down 55% from its peak of 2018. So that needs to be taken into consideration. The stock was trading at around 1000 rupees at in January 2018, and right now it is around 450 rupees or so. So it has fallen a lot, although the numbers have not been so bad, but still, with the degrowth in profitability and sales, the stock has fallen and taken a beating. The growth has been slowing down, and right now the valuations look reasonable at around 6 7 times earnings, current earnings. It looks reasonably placed, but will the move come in or will the stock reverse? That is the big question. The management is pretty strong with good dividend yield and they pay out to the investors regularly. And there's a good management holding as well, along with FII and DII holding in this stock. So, what has been the reason for the fall? And I want to focus on this before because things have changed in the European markets after the UK results that have come in, with Boris Johnson again being elected as Prime Minister. But before that, the European market has been under pressure, and especially with export oriented companies like Auto Ancillary and metal companies from India, they have always been under siege, and they were looking forward to the election results to get some respite, and they have got it. So it looks like that we could see a major move in stocks which are exporting to UK and European countries, because we could see a resolution of the Brexit thing, as well as a better state of the economy in that region. And with maithan alloys exporting to European countries, we could see a major move in maithan alloys also, at least a trading move in the stock in the coming weeks. The metals have remained under pressure since 2018, and commodities have not done that well over the last couple of years, as we have seen how oil has just hovered around 55 to $65 per barrel and hardly touching 65, probably 55 to $60 per barrel. Similarly, metal prices have not skyrocketed over the last couple of years. They have been stable, and hence the companies which are producing metals are not quite making that much mola as they were, say, about a couple of years back. The raw material cost has slightly increased with the You can say the dollar rupee equation changing, and it's above 70 rupees to a dollar. And we have seen that oil prices, which were in 2014 to 16 region between 30 to $45 per barrel, is now stabilizing at around $60 per barrel. So the raw material cost has increased for the companies like methanol alloys. And the mid cap slam down is the biggest reason why the stock is right now 55% down, because we have seen left, right, and center all kind of mid and small cap companies being battered out of shape over the last couple of years. And we have seen the index go down from 20,000 to 80 to even 13,000, and it is hovering around 13 and a half thousand levels, even though the Nifty 50 index is at all time high. I'm very much concerned. People are very much concerned that the small cap index is still down something like 30% from its peak, and that is where the opportunity lies, I believe. In the overall index, I don't see methanol is doing very well, but the overall the small caps should do well. So methanol may go up along with the other companies in the mid and small cap sector. So the sector itself was out of favor over the last year and a half. You've seen the JSW Steel, Tata Steel, and other alloy companies like SAIL, etc., have not done really well over the last year or so. And a similar fate has been of methanol alloys, and that's why the fall has taken place the way it has. And probably this will continue into the early part of 2020, but we may see a change because of the change that is taking place in Europe, because of the stability that is coming in UK. We could see a move in methanol oils. If you look at the technicals of the stock, it is trading at six times earnings, as I mentioned before. The stock is at around 440, 445 levels. There's strong support at around 400 to 425 region. So if it falls around there and stabilizes, you could buy. But remember that the 200 EMA, which is a strong indication of a stock's strength, that is around 495 to 500. So unless and until it crosses that level, I don't see methanol is making a huge move on the upside, because if the 200 DMA is not breached on the upside, I don't see the stock going out of a range which is between 395 on the lower side to 445 on the upper side. It needs to get past 460 for a big move on the charts. At least it needs to get past 460 and then probably 495 to see a major move in the stock. So currently it looks really weak on the charts, and we could see levels of 410, 415 over the next couple of weeks before an up move, because the results of UK has already come in, and companies like Motherson Sumi Bharat Forge has already started moving, but Maithan Alloys has not moved. So I am suspecting that we could see levels of 420, 415 before an up move again. So be very careful with the stock. Keep a stop loss of 400 if you are buying or if you have bought into the stock. And as I mentioned, this looks extremely weak on the charts. So what needs to be done? I believe you can accumulate over the next 18 months or so. The metal cycle will again revive, and with the economy picking up in Europe and US, which it could over the next couple of years, we could see the demand for methanol alloys products increasing. And at these levels, it looks extremely attractive. Probably the lowest could be 390, 400 rupee levels. If you want to buy something in difficult times, commodity stocks in difficult time, this is the time to buy. But again, you have to have a 5 to 7 year time horizon. You cannot just buy and think that the stock would go up. You have to have patience with the commodity companies, and it will reward you very well over time. Do not invest more than 5% of your holding, and this will test your patience for sure over a period of time. But this is one of the better metal ancillary companies because of it being a debt free company. So this was my video on my alloys. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Thanks a lot for watching.